Hey, good afternoon everyone. Great to speak to you all again after our conference call this morning. So as promised, I said I'll be back in touch this afternoon with our third seat on the plane for Joint Sites West. So I'm not going to give it away early because that wouldn't be any fun. So you guys have waited long enough for this, so let's string it out a little bit and start to talk about the great behaviours and culture within this individual site and a little bit about them. So one of the key criteria was we absolutely had to see guest movement here. This site has delivered on service and cleanliness metrics across P4 and year to date. So all four of those key metrics are green, which is fantastic. And not only green, some of them are double-digit growth and some of them are in the top 3 within the Joint Site West region, which remember is 185 sites. So what's essentially telling us is this individual is not only showing growth, but already on some significantly great numbers. So I could have picked a number of sites based on those 4 metrics, but this was about how do we identify who's living and breathing the guest agenda, who's bringing it to life with their teams, and what I already talked about, which was who's got the culture within their sites. So what stood out for me was the balance within this individual site. I'm going to start by talking a little bit around team. So this individual has taken it on themselves to support the rest of the area and do all the new starter inductions and training to support them with the guest journey and making sure we can sow that seed from day one. They've taken it on themselves to organise team barbecues. I've got constant messages around reward and recognition that they're doing for their team. And then what we start to see is beyond that, it starts to overlap with our restaurant partners. And this is what makes this site really individual. I'm seeing amazing images of meetings going on with our partners next door. We're seeing the scores come through next door. And I'm seeing the stories from our guests saying what a great journey it was from start to finish. And some of you might remember me quoted before, this one guest journey, which needs to be our vision. So the guests come in, they start with us, they might check in with us, then they go and have their food next door and then back to our rooms. And then probably and hopefully food in the morning. And we're seeing stuff like opening early for things like triathlons and Ironmans and exceptional food delivery. And this individual not only stopped there, but they've been quoted as working their own shift on a weekend, which is probably about 10 hours long, and then seeing next door was coming unstuck. It was short of team, suddenly got really busy. And they actually went in and rolled their sleeves up and worked on the bar for their restaurant partners next door, which is truly exceptional. So alongside the stuff they're doing for the team, they're also stretching out across things like apprenticeships. So I'm seeing stuff about apprenticeship development meeting, showing that this individual is looking to create the leaders of the future. And again, this all feeds into this impeccable culture which I start to see at this site. So I could go on forever and I could talk and give you clues about who this individual is, but I'm sure you've waited long enough. I've delayed you for 4 weeks as it is. So this individual has been quoted as saying, this is Spitfire's year. So if you haven't got it already, no, it's not Spitfire's year. Vicky at Stafford Spitfire, this is your year and you've got the third seat on the plane. Massive well done. Couldn't be more happier for you. So it doesn't stop there, guys. We've got a big summer ahead of us as we talked this morning, and we've got more seats on the plane. So get the stories out there. I want to see them on social media. I want to see them on email, and I look forward to the next update where I can give away the next seat on the plane. Have a great weekend.